Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Turner, good to see you.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure to meet with you in my office. And I'm excited to welcome you to Pennsylvania to see firsthand the housing affordability problems we have there. Maybe you can come to Philadelphia and Pittsburgh on your way to Cleveland to see Senator Moreno. Especially in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, we've been hit hard, and these metro areas rank near the bottom nationally in new housing unit construction. And as such, you can, not surprisingly, the rent's up significantly, home prices are up, and interest rates have more than doubled. So we've got a real problem here in our two biggest metropolitan areas. You and I talked about this when we sat down about how to make housing more affordable, and we both agreed, I think, that regulations at the federal, state, and local level have significantly increased the time it takes for builders to get the approvals they need to get new projects built. And so if confirmed, how do you imagine that you'll be able to help fix, change, evolve the regulatory agenda to break down some of these federal barriers in particular and to make it easier to build houses and get more supply in those areas?
Thank you, Senator McCormick, and it was great to meet with you. Again, you know, I think that bringing in the localities, bringing in the private sector, listening, you know, to what the burdens are, listening to, you know, what the barriers are, and being a good partner and seeing how we can decrease regulation. Because on my mind and my heart in here today, we have a crisis in our country. And so whatever we must do together, from a federal standpoint, from a state standpoint, from a local standpoint, to reduce those barriers, I'm willing to listen to and bring the best ideas to the table to build affordable housing for our country.
Yeah. Well, the crisis is across all of our population. It's particularly problematic with our veterans. Yes. As you and I discussed, I'm as a veteran with a Commonwealth, a state that has the fourth largest veterans population. It's just shameful that we have so many veterans that have both honorably served our country and are homeless. So HUD's supportive housing program in partnership with the VA is a great initiative, but in essence, not enough veterans are getting the housing benefits they need or that they're even eligible for. So the question for you is, how can HUD improve its collaboration with the VA? And I just met with the nominee for the VA secretary yesterday to ensure that the 720,000 veterans we have in Pennsylvania have access to this program.
That's a great question, and I too had a great conversation with the nominee coming into the VA, and we have committed to each other to working together to meet the need of our nation's veterans from HUD and from the VA. So if confirmed by the committee, and also if he's confirmed by the committee, we've committed to that being a top priority, that the two agencies work together to meet the needs of our veterans. As I said before, I have veterans in my family, and so this is something that's very important to me as well, that we take care of our patriots.
You know, I understand before I arrived that you had answered several questions on opportunity zones, but because it was such a signature part of the first Trump administration and because they were so effective, what lessons did you learn? What are the kinds of things you're going to be focused on in the opportunity zones, and in particularly new learnings, new things from the experience you had in the first Trump administration?
Great. Thank you for that question. I think that we can capitalize and improve on the successes we had, but also this time getting the rules out quicker so that we know exactly, you know, what we're working with to give us an opportunity to build more affordable housing. I think it'll be a great vehicle for us to meet the need of the affordable housing crisis that we have in our country. Also to increase the operating businesses. We saw last time in opportunity zones when we created more operating businesses, more jobs were created, families were blessed, salaries went up. And so to create more and more of those, and also workforce training inside of opportunity zones, I think will be a key vital point of opportunity zones going forward.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.